A.W.A.M. A car out of WAM. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come here, SHALAM. Come here, SHALAM. I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
Let me get that next scripture.
God of 2 Samuel chapter 10 verse 12.
This is what we're supposed to do. Keep going.
Be of good courage.
You're supposed to have courage, man. It's hell on all sides. Bills, your woman, your mama against you, the president against you, the Senate against you, the teachers against you, your job is against you. Everything is against you if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American.
That's right.
But the Lord said you're supposed to put on courage, man. Not put on weed, not put on a Newport. You're supposed to put on the Spirit of the Lord.
Right.
The problem is you have not reported to the I.S.U.P.K to get the Spirit of the Lord.
That's right.
Keep going.
And let us play the men for our people.
We're supposed to play the men for our people, not the men for our slave master.
Right.
He got Green Berets to fight for him.
That's right.
He got the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Senate, the state troopers, the DEA, ATF, FBI, CIA, NSA. He got everything to play the man for him.
That's right.
Who won't play the man for some brother in the ghetto with no father?
That's right.
It's being raised by some child molesting Christian preacher that's stealing all of your mother's money. Who won't play the man for him? Who will play the man to get brothers off of drugs and weed, man? To get brothers off of their depression after they come back from fighting in Afghanistan and end up homeless on the street. That's who we need to play the man for. That's what we play the man for in the UPK, man.
Right.
You understand? We play the man for our people. Keep reading.
And for the cities of our God.
For the cities of our God, our power. The cities that we living in, we need to play men for those cities.
That's right.
The cities we live in now are ruled by mommy. They're ruled by women and grandma.
Right.
And the people that teach them are Christian preachers.
That's right.
Child molesters,
That's right.
pimps, liars, dope dealers, hustlers, scam artists. Those are the people that rule over us. Right. But they're supposed to be righteous men of the Lord that are in charge of every aspect of everything in our community. That would fix every problem. The problem is, you would much rather like the child molester be in charge than righteous men of the Lord that Commander GEN.YAHANNA will put up in the I.S.U.P.K. That's why there's so much murder and shootings in your neighborhood. That's why you'd rather go to church with that than for someone to tell you you can't celebrate Thanksgiving so that you don't get shot at the Thanksgiving Day celebration.
That's right.
Or the Halloween party, or the New Year's or the Christmas party. You understand? Our people had better learn to change the way we view life and start to see things the way the Lord wants us to see. Keep going.
And the Most High do that which seemeth him good.
The Lord will do that which seemed good, man. If we turn back and obey the Lord, we wouldn't be getting gunned down in these streets.
Right.
We wouldn't be kidnapped and going this and that. The Lord said his hand is not short that he can't save. The problem is our people have yet to turn to the Lord. Our people turn to everything, to Allah, to Caesar Borgia, to church, to weed, to coke, to heroin, to homosexuality, to Oprah, to Dr. Phil, to vote, to protesting, to marching. Our people refuse to turn back to the Lord.
That's right.
Everything but serving the Lord. That's what our people would do.
Right.
And these are the consequences of doing that. If you want to turn back to the Lord, you better get in the UPK. Come in these classes, man. Brothers will teach you. Brothers and sisters will teach you, man.
That's right.
We ain't biting, we ain't hurting and killing nobody. We saving the brothers and sisters' lives.
Right.
You see and hear us talk this way because we understand the reality of not serving the Lord will cost our people their lives.
That's right.
We can see that. You cannot see it. That's why you don't hear people talk the way we talk. Because we actually love and care for our people.
That's right.
Keep going.
So like this.
That's it? All right, let me get the next scripture.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21.
All right, let me get that.
Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
The Most High said, though you join America and say slavery is in the past and you forgive and want to go vote, the Lord said that does not excuse 400 years of slavery.
That's right.
That does not excuse the murder of 77 million North American Indians. Right. The murder of countless, how many millions of so-called Mexicans that were killed to steal Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico.
That's right.
You understand? All of the crime that has been done to our brothers down in Brazil at the hands of the Portuguese slave master. You understand? All the cruelty and torture they doing to our brothers down in Central and South America. You understand? Though you may join them and love America and say, God bless America, the Lord has a punishment coming for America.
That's right.
You understand? Any more on that? Keep going.
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
The seed of the righteous is going to be delivered. That's why it's so important to keep these Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's what it is. Give me Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26 and verse 28.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 28.
And Malak, you give me 2 Kings 24 and 14. Go ahead, you Raj.
There be two things that grieve my heart.
There's two things that grieve this man's heart. Now, this is who's reading this? It's Ecclesiasticus, you understand? This is a brother, a prophet of the Lord reading this, man. Brother named Sirach. All right? Keep reading.
And the third, it's like, and the third maketh me angry.
Maketh me angry, man. Things supposed to grieve your heart and make you angry. This is a man of the Lord. And he saw these things and it grieved his heart. It made him sad. Like, how could these things be allowed to happen? Keep going.
A man of war that suffereth poverty.
A what?
A man of war that suffereth poverty.
A man of war, a soldier, a marine, a trained killer that you trained and raised up to go and defend you so that you can have a wonderful life, so that you can have Starbucks and McDonald's and Walmart and Las Vegas and Disneyland and the NFL and the Super Bowl and the playoffs and pay-per-view and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You can have all these wonderful things, and you let a man that would go and fight and die and kill for you, you let him come back home and eat out of a damn trash can.
Right.
You let him be homeless.
Right.
You let the government take his damn house away.
That's right.
After you send him to go and fight and take your enemies' lives and possibly lose his lives, you send him back here and you let his woman take his house.
Right.
You take his kids. You take his livelihood. You don't give him the counseling and the help that he needs. He can't get his medicine. He's sitting in the damn VA dying on the waiting list to see a doctor. But you got $1 billion to send to every damn rat hole country across the planet for every Indian mudslide or Pakistani earthquake or Japanese typhoon. But you can't take care of your own damn soldiers that you send to fight Osama bin Laden.
Right.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's right.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's right.
You should be ashamed to even think and have the audacity that someone should stand up and salute your flag.
That's right.
That someone should rise for your national anthem after how cruel and negligent you've been with the lives of your men of war.
That's right.
How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself, man. This place is completely backwards.
That's right.
Some billionaire make $1 billion off of selling a war, and some kid, 12, 20 years old, go and fight the damn war and come back home and be homeless, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. Senator, congressman, president, alderman, councilman. In the I.S.U.P.K, Commander General Yahanna don't let his veterans go homeless. That's right. Commander General Yahanna feeds his veterans, feeds his men of war,
right.
Houses and clothes his men of war,
That's right,
get
man.
his men of war.
That's right.
You go to America's military if you want, man. We'll hand you a flyer at the soup kitchen, man.
Right.
Commander General Yahanna will send men out to feed you after Uncle Sam abandons you after he sent you off to Afghanistan, man. Or you could just come into the UPK. You could just do the right thing at first and not have to suffer. But you know how Israel is, man.
Right.
I pray that you heed the Lord's warnings so that you can spare yourself some of this anguish that these brothers is feeling getting kicked out of the damn country after 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, or burying your 20-year-old daughter on her birthday. That Sister Lavina Johnson's parents buried her on the day she would have turned 20. They had her funeral.
Right.
Don't you ever forget about these brothers and sisters. Keep going.
It's like, and men of understanding that are not set by.
Men of understanding, man. You got wisdom and understanding to hear what we said in the I.S.U.P.K. Don't you sit and watch these UPK videos and classes and not pay your tithes, man. Don't you sit back and not send your support. If not being able to come physically, you make sure you do your part to build and support this nation, man.
That's right.
You don't realize just how much mercy the Lord is having. You don't understand the Bible.
Right.
The Lord was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And for the sake of a righteous man, Abraham, pleading with the Lord gave an opportunity to spare a city that he still was going to destroy.
That's right.
For the sake of the Lord said, if I find one righteous, I'll spare the city. You don't understand how important it is to have men of the Lord interceding and serving the Lord properly before the Lord would send the death angel and wipe us out.
That's
you understand?
right.
You don't understand a man of the Lord. That's why you in whatever church or mosque or whatever Christian group that you in, thinking that you serving the Lord and you don't have to obey Commanding Gen.YAHANNA that the Lord set up to rule this nation. You understand?
That's right.
Time is running out for this foolishness.
That's right.
It's going to cost our people greatly very soon. There will be no sidelines in this.
That's right.
There's a target on every single Black, Hispanic, and Native American, whether you want to believe it or not.
That's right.
Babies, children, unborn brothers and sisters are being targeted. Embryos are being targeted.
Right.
Babies, kindergartners are being targeted. Grandmothers are being targeted. You don't understand what time we in, man. Keep reading.
And one that returneth from righteousness to sin.
And one that returneth from righteousness to sin, man. How disgusting it is to hear the word of the Lord and turn from being a wicked Christian and then turn back to abandon the Lord, man. I don't want to deal with that.
That's right.
Lord forbid, man. I don't want to leave the UPK. I'm not going to turn on the Lord, man. God forbid some evil Satan get a hold of me and I betray the Most High, man.
Right.
Lord forbid, man. I'd rather stay in here and make my life about fixing my people
That's right.
night and day.
That's right.
I'd rather lose my money in sleep trying to save the lives of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that nobody gives a damn whether they live or die.
Right.
I'd rather base my life on that. But
That's
you know what? I'm a man of the Lord, man. Everybody ain't cut like we cut the UPK. I follow Commanding Gen.YAHANNA as he follows Christ, man. I know you might like church.
Right.
Raj, they might like church, but like they might like choir robes and tambourines and let your woman rule over you. We come up on the rough side of the mountain.
That's right.
Gen.YAHANNA, I remember I got my name in the DC school, and Gen.YAHANNA said this brother chose to come up on the rough side. You
That's
understand?
right.
I chose to come up on the rough side. You understand?
That's right.
To serve the Lord, man.
Right.
You understand? That's what we about here, man. We gonna fix our people. You understand?
That's right.
And if you ain't trying to fix our people, get out of the goddamn way and close your mouth.
Right.
So we can do the job.
That's right.
Any more on that?
The Lord prepared such and one for the sword.
The Lord prepared that type of man for the sword. Don't you think you're going to abandon the Lord and then everything going to be okay?
Right.
Don't do that, man. You get you some counseling for whatever problems you got.
That's
Don't
right.
feel like it's an option to betray the Most High. You understand? You didn't quit your family when Uncle so-and-so did whatever to you. You didn't quit when Big Mama stole your money. You didn't quit when all of the horrible things that happened to you. You still went to work. You kept going to church.
Right.
You kept going back. You still went to the family reunions. But now you come to serve the Lord. The slightest thing happening was, I can't deal with this.
That's right.
Y'all stop that, man.
That's right.
Y'all stop that. The Lord set the I.S.U.P.K. up. This is bigger than your own personal thing. This is about building and fixing our nation, man.
Right.
Right.
Put a spirit on you to be in here and do this work, man.
That's right.
And if you don't, get behind the men and do. Everybody ain't cut out for it. Make sure you show your support, man. Pay your tithes, pay your offering. Get prepared. The Passover coming up, man. You understand? We in a dire strait in this nation. The hammer getting ready to come down on us. The Lord said, the devil know he have but a short time. America is getting ready to fall.
That's right.
He gonna come down with great wrath more and more. The Lord said, gather yourselves together, man. You gather yourselves together. Time is running out.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
That's
Any more on that? Then give me that next scripture. Give me 2 Kings.
2 Kings chapter 24 verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And he carried away all Jerusalem and all the princes.
All the princes, all the mighty men who have stature and power, heathens take them away.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
And all the mighty men of knowledge.
All the mighty men is able to go and pass the military fitness test and be in the Marines and the Army and the Airmen that can go and become Green Berets and SEALs and the 5th Battalion. Everybody that can come and be strong for America. You understand? If you are another nation, you should love and support America. You should love it, you should honor it, you should salute the flag, you should love the founding fathers.
Right.
America has done great and wonderful things for the Asians, for the Africans, for the Arabs, for the East Indians, for the Europeans. America has done wonderful things for every nation of people. But if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American,
that's right.
The United States of America has eaten and grind your people into powder.
That's right.
It is absolutely starving our people to death for no reason whatsoever, other than we are the children of the Lord, and by oppressing us, that makes them strong. There is no other reason, you understand? There's no reason why you can't get all of the health care, housing, and benefits that you need and be paid very well enough to survive, you understand? All Blacks and Hispanics do with their money is make other countries rich.
That's right.
Because all we do is buy things from people. Why would you starve those people to death?
That's right.
Like, it's cruelty that is done to our people. And you should realize that, man.
That's right.
Take that silly Christian spirit off to ignore everything that happens to your people, man. Pay attention. Keep going.
Even 10,000 captives and all the craftsmen and smiths.
Everybody that had talent and skills and ability that was able to fend for themselves and be educated, and doctors and lawyers and inventors, America has stripped them of our people.
Right.
They've taken the best and the brightest. All of the few good men, the few, the proud, they've taken all of them and assimilated them into America and left what? Keep going.
None remain.
There's nothing left. Keep going.
Save the poorest sort of
Save what?
Save the poorest.
The homeless. The what?
The poorest.
The least educated. The what?
The poorest.
The brothers and sisters that's too sick to defend for themselves.
The poorest.
The simple. The ones that need someone to lead them. What?
The poorest.
The poorest sort of our people that don't have $1 million to their name. That don't have the options and everything that was afforded and available to everybody else, man. Those are the most important people to the Lord throughout the whole Bible.
Right.
The ones the Christian church teach you to discard, those are the most important people that the Lord was concerned about in the entire Bible.
That's right.
The poor, the widow, the infant, the fatherless. Those were the most important people, man. The Christian church teaches us those are the expendable people.
That's right.
And the I.S.U.P.K, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, said, that's our constituency in here.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
Save the poorest sort of the people of the land.
The poorest people of the land is left with nothing. You've stripped everything away, which is so very much why you should bring all your talent, skills, and abilities and fall in line in this UPK to build up and go rescue your brothers and sisters.
That's right.
That's what's needed. You understand? Any more on that?
All
right, drop that. Give me Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 34. And you give me Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 9. Let me get 5 and 9 first.
I got 5 and 9.
Somebody said this in
Jeremiah 4 and 34.
No, somebody's not. That's up to 31.
You give me the Proverbs 5 and 9.
So, Proverbs chapter 5, verse 9. Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel.
Like, give thy honor unto others, man. You understand? We've given our honor to build up America. We've given our honor to build up and make its navy and its military prestigious. The Navajo code talkers and all the black men breaking Navy diving records and the what is that? The Red Tails and the Tuskegee Airmen, the Buffalo Soldiers, all this prestigious and elite units of soldiers of our people that get zero in return.
That's right.
They did poison and experiments on brothers and sisters, man.
That's right.
We got nothing in return. You got a movie named after you. After these brothers, they die in poverty, horrible sicknesses, experiments and medicines they did on them. Don't forget about what has been done to your people at the hands of making America great. Right. They had to torture and enslave and make life a living hell for our people. That's right. They do to this very day. That's why Hispanics is in dog cages. It's big business for companies to mass incarcerate and separate Hispanic and Mexican and Salvadorian mothers from their babies.
That's right.
Separate wives and husbands, man. They did the same thing to us. They did the same thing to the Native Americans. Do the same thing to our brothers and sisters, man.
That's right.
They treat the Puerto Ricans as though Puerto Rico is not a part of America.
Right.
They're gonna give you a Puerto Rican ID like you getting a damn business license or something.
That's right.
Like they never treated our people as though we were a part of America.
That's right.
You understand? And you need to stop trying to be a part of America.
Right.
America has never accepted us.
That's
It is
right.
never going to accept us.
Right.
The Chinese have an America for them. The Arabs have an America for them. The East Indians have an America for them. And you need an America separate for you from your slave master.
That's right.
That is in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
So like that's it on that.
That's it.
So like this is 11. So like verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Let strangers be filled with thy wealth.
Strangers are going to take all of the wealth that we have, man. Strangers have it. That's who has the land. It's 4:30. So that's who's buying up the cities. Brothers and sisters go to the military from one city, they get back home. If you in Norfolk, and you from Newport News, you from Portsmouth, and you out in the military right now, when you get back finished, whatever tour of duty or what you on, the state of Virginia gave a $30 million contract to gentrify and redo predominantly African American cities of Norfolk and Newport News.
Right.
If you come from these cities, when you get back off of your tour of duty, you will not have a place to come back to. Your city will be gone. Your kids won't get to go to the schools that you went to because you won't be able to afford to live there.
Right.
They're going to build a casino in Portsmouth,
That's right.
which means the property value is going up. How can they afford to build a casino there? Because the property value is low, because that's where we live. Why is it low if America's a $1 billion country and we the people that's been in the country the longest,
Right.
besides the Native Americans, we've been in the country the longest. Why is our property value so low? Because we were the people that they put in slavery to build America.
That's right.
And they know that they can come and steal the tiny crumb that they've given to us at any moment in time because of how poor black leaders are. Which is why you need to follow the leaders the Lord set up, which is commanded to the Yahweh. You understand? Any more on that?
Come.
Go ahead.
And thy labors be in the house of a stranger.
Everything that you work for is in the house of a stranger, man. All of that fighting in Afghanistan and Iraq, all of that hard work and labor, there is some rich Donald Trump, some rich Hillary Clinton, some rich Kennedy, some rich who more? Some rich Mike Pence.
Right.
Who else?
Mitch McConnell.
Some Mitch McConnell. Oh my goodness. Some Mitch McConnell, some Anderson Cooper, some Rachel Maddow, some rich slave master is going to benefit from all of your blood, sweat, and tears in Afghanistan.
That's right.
He's going to get the Halliburton contract money, the Northrop Grumman contract money. He's going to get all of the hard work and labor that you did. He's going to get rich and buy a mansion and send his kids to school, and you are going to be homeless without a Newport News or a Norfolk to live in.
That's right.
That's why we should come and serve the Lord.
That's right. That's right.
America has no plans for us besides incarceration and deportation. That's all they've ever had for us. You need leaders who have a plan that does not include loving your slave master.
That's right.
That's the I.S.U.P.K. Any more on that?
Come.
Keep going.
Verse 11. And thou mourn at the last.
And at the end, it's just nothing but sadness, man. This brother probably thought he was a hero, like most brothers and sisters think they're going to be a hero going to fight and defend America after 9/11 and going to put on that uniform and looked at as a hero. And after that, it ends in tears, man.
That's right.
It ends in PTSD.
That's right.
It ends in poverty. It ends in homelessness. It ends in deportation, man.
That's right.
Sorrow and sadness, man. The Bible says there's a way that seems right unto a man. It seemed like the right thing to do. But the end result of that way that you think is right, because you don't know for sure, because you've not been listening to the men of the Lord, the U.P.K., the end result of that is death.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
When thy flesh and thy body are consumed.
When your flesh and your body get consumed after your Humvee explode, or that opioid addiction consumes your veins from all the heroin and the pills we popping, trying to get over all of that depression, will be consumed, man.
That's right.
You got some drug addiction, some problem, you call the I.S.U.P.K, man. Brothers and sisters, you'll get counseling, man. You don't have to just die and be swallowed up here in America, man. Call the numbers, call our schools, man. We got brothers, we got generals that give you counseling, man. Captains that can counsel you to save your life, man. Life don't have to end this way. This is what life is without the Spirit of the Lord to be on your side. You understand? Any more on that?
Last.
Give me that Jeremiah 4:30.
Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 30. And when thou art spoiled.
Spoil. Spoil means that there is a war. You go to war, two sides fight, the losing side loses. Everything that the winning side takes from them is the spoil. And the nations have been to war against us, and our communities are a spoil. Our children, our wives, our women, our family, the very masculinity you have has been a casualty of war in America. That's why they want to put you in a dress. Want to teach you to shave your beard, get rid of your natural hair, cut your afro, cut your cornrows, bleach your skin, sister, perm your hair, get rid of that afro.
That's right.
Only people in the country that have to change everything about them to fit in and still not fit in are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Keep going.
What wilt thou do?
What will you do now that you're spoiled? Now that we done went to war and our people have been conquered and enslaved by our enemies, what will we do? Keep going.
Though thou closest thyself with crimson.
Crimson is red. You make yourself crimson. It's an attractive, it's a warm color for advertising. It's a color to make you want to join to it. You understand? You deck yourself with crimson, make yourself beautiful and attractive for America. Keep going.
Though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold.
You put gold around yourself. You shine and highlight yourself to make yourself more beautiful and favorable for your enemies. Like Venus and Serena Williams did when they went and married their slave master, man.
That's right.
Like Tiger Woods did when he took that nanny, that bed wench nanny, that he split $500 million with because he couldn't go and get his sister.
That's right.
You understand? Like Martin Luther King did, made himself beautiful with his speeches.
That's right.
Made himself beautiful, covered himself in the spirit of America, telling us to join with our slave master.
Right.
You understand? Who else? Who else? Terrence Howard. You understand? Went and got him a heathen crying in the courtroom because she gonna take all his hustle and flow and empire money. You understand? Though you made yourself beautiful and fair, you said the right things, Steve Harvey. You said the right things, Charles Barkley.
That's right.
You joined Papa John's after they made racist comments against black people, Shaq.
That's right.
You understand? You made yourself beautiful and fair and attractive to your slave master. You put on a lipstick and a dress, and you put on his uniform. You put on his culture and the pride in his flag and his history and his founding fathers that got that way and their reputation from slaughtering your people.
That's right.
You made yourself beautiful and you said, I don't give a damn about slavery or the Trail of Tears.
That's right.
Or the murder of 77 million Native Americans, or the Alamo. I don't care about that, man. Keep going.
Though thou rentest thy face with painting.
You make your face up very beautiful, man. You done tore your face up and made yourself fair and attractive for your slave masters. You pouring yourself out. Keep going.
In vain shalt thou make thyself fair.
It's all going to be for nothing that you went and tried to sit next to your slave master at the table of brotherhood, following Martin Luther King. The Lord said it was all in vain.
That's right.
Why? Keep going.
Thy lovers will despise thee.
You trying to make your slave master love you, and he's going to despise you all the more.
Right.
Despise our children. Before, they just wanted to get rid of us to make sure they didn't eat in their restaurants. Then we got integrated neighborhoods, and they put lead paint in our homes.
Right.
They put lead pipes in for our drinking water. Then they went and just poisoned the whole drinking water altogether in Flint. I remember the water used to be white in Washington, D.C. growing up. The water would come out gray white. You understand? Like used bathtub water. That's what it looked like when I was a kid. And same thing in Baltimore. The Lord said, in vain they're going to despise you. You're going to go and fight for them in Iraq and Afghanistan and get back home, and they still going to look at you as an illegal,
That's right.
as a criminal. They're not going to see an upstanding veteran. They're not going to see a patriotic American. They're not going to see a registered voter. They're not going to see a registered taxpayer. They're going to see some Negro,
Right.
some filthy slave, some Indian, some Mexican, someone that is not desired in their community, in their country.
That's right.
And they got a president that's going to back them 100%. Keep going.
They will seek thy life.
And they seeking our lives actively. They hunting our people every day, every night. You seeing it all the time, man. You may not want to face it, but if you are Black, Hispanic, or Native American, America is hunting you.
That's right.
It's hunting your children at their elementary school. The teachers is trying to get Hispanic children deported out of the classroom, even though they were born in the same hospital she was born in.
That's right.
They threatening to get them deported.
That's right.
Like this is terror that they doing to our people. You imagine you some baby trying to get an education and you looking up to Miss Fitzwilliams so she can teach you about history, and she's saying you was a filthy immigrant. I don't want you in my country.
That's right.
I'm gonna call the police so they can take your parents away and have your brothers and sisters, you know, put in jail. Like, this is horrible what's happening to our people. And it's allowed to continue because you have not done your part to make sure that it stops.
That's right.
By turning back to serve the Lord. You understand?
That's right.
And with that, this is a special Veterans Day message from the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? A Thanksgiving Day message. Don't celebrate with America.
That's right.
Everything America celebrates is about hurting our people, man. Do what's necessary to build up your people. Not rob a bank, not be a Black Panther, not attack someone, not go and shoot up a church or burn crosses on anybody's lawn like what was done to us. Change your spirit and start to love your brothers and sisters, man. Start to care about what happens to your people. Start to care about what the benefit and what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need. Your slave master gonna be fine. He has the word. But your people don't even have the love from their own that we so desperately need.
When nowadays I work hard on the job till I come cross y'all. Still like I'm a criminal. Crime and get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting the minimum. It go dip, squat, 5 mile run, push, pull, sit up. Goddamn, get strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long before they grow. I can't leave them on their own. They killed Day like he had a 30-day case. The news covering up the story, but they